Cleveland, the Eastern Conference Finals saw LeBron James the passer in Game 3. The series got LeBron James the scorer in Game 4. James, the NBA's all-time leading playoff scorer, finished with 44 points as the Cleveland Cavaliers defeated the Boston Celtics 111-102, tying the series at 2-2. It looked like Cleveland was going to run Boston out of the arena like it did in Game 3. Cleveland led by 16 in the first quarter and 19 in the second. But effort goes a long way, and the Celtics refused to get blown out like they did on Saturday. Boston cut Cleveland's lead to 100-93 in the fourth quarter with 4:29 remaining. But quick back-to-back buckets at the rim by Tristan Thompson and James extended the Cavs' lead to 104-93 with 3:31 left. More NBA. The Cavs returned to Cleveland after losing the first two games of the series, needing to win 4 of the next 5 to reach the NBA Finals for a fourth consecutive time. That seemed like a tough ask considering how good Boston played at home. Reaching the finals doesn't seem so daunting for Cleveland now. The Cavs reduced the series to a best-of-3 with Game 5 in Boston on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. ET, ESPN. Here's how Cleveland tied it up. 1. James scores with efficiency. James dissected Boston with his 12 assists on Saturday. He looked for his shot early in Game 4. Good thing, too, because his passes were not on target on Monday. He had 7 turnovers, but he made up for it with his scoring. James had 22 points in the first half, 11 in each quarter, on 8 for 11 shooting. During that scoring outburst of mid-range and interior buckets, James passed Hall of Famer Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leader in playoff field goals made. James now has made 2,368 shots in the postseason. It was his 6th game with at least 40 points this postseason, and the 25th time in the playoffs he has scored 40 or more. With Boston switching so much defensively, the Cavs maximized mismatches for James. Oftentimes, Terry Rozier or Jaylen Brown had to guard James, who took advantage of his size. It helped Cleveland that Marcus Morris played with foul trouble, picking up 3 fouls in the first quarter. James once again found himself in mismatches and took advantage. He didn't make a three-pointer until 1:43 left in the fourth quarter, doing his damage with his low post, mid-range and attack the basket game. He was 17 for 28 from the field and 9 for 13 from the free throw line. 2. Al Horford bottled up. Cleveland's decision to start Tristan Thompson in Game 2 generated desired results in Games 3 and 4. Horford had a better game on Monday than he did on Saturday, but still had just 15 points on 5 for 13 shooting and 7 rebounds. More telling, he had just 1 assist, a sign the offense isn't going through Horford as much as it does. Entering Game 4, the Celtics torched the Cavs when Horford was on the court and Thompson on the bench. The Cavs have been the better team when Thompson is on the court with Horford. Thompson had a double-double with 13 points and 12 rebounds. 3. The importance of Kyle Korver. Who is Cleveland's second most important player? Not second best. An argument can be made for Kyle Korver. He had 14 points, all in the first half, on 4 for 7 shooting. When he's making shots, it creates more space for James and other players, and even when he's not shooting, he attracts attention from defenders. Former Cavs forward Channing Frye once said Korver is the rare player who can draw a double team without having the ball. 4. Cleveland hustles on defense. The Cavaliers played some of their better defense of the season in these 2 games, and Cleveland effort, hustle and communication were on display. Cleveland held Boston to 26.9% shooting from the field and 14.3% on three-pointers in the first quarter, which is when Cleveland jumped to a 34-18 lead. For the game, Boston was 35 for 85 from the field and 9 for 28 on three-pointers, not good enough to win on the road where the Celtics are now 1-6 this postseason. 5. Boston's young players. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum were really good in the first two games in Boston. Playing on the road is a different story. They were a combined 4 for 17 shooting in the first half when Cleveland grabbed a 68-53 lead. Winning on the road is difficult during the regular season. Even more difficult in the playoffs, and the 20-year-old Tatum and 21-year-old Brown are learning that the hard way. Give the two youngsters credit. They played much better in the second half, and Brown ended up with 25 points and Tatum 17.